case is rather unusual, madam. The accused, though acting individually, did in fact commit the offences collectively.
I see. What are the charges?
Miss Chung Soo Lee and Mr. Taro Nagazumi inciting a riot.
I demand diplomatic immunity.
Silence. Carry on.
Mr. Giovanni Cupello and Miss Danielle Favre disturbing the peace. Mr. Ranjit Singh and Mrs. Jamila Ranjaf causing an affray.
Please, I'm not understanding what he's meaning.
And I am nobody understand also, Master Ji.
But he's reading out the charges.
You mean we are having to pay for being here?
More than likely.
Will you please be quiet?
Sorry.
Mr. Ali Nadim and Miss Anna Schmidt causing a public nuisance. Mr. Juan Cervantes and Mr. Maximilian Papandreou assaulting a police officer.
He assault us first.
He hit my fist with his jaw.
Another remark like that, I shall hold you in contempt.
Por favor.
Speak when you are spoken to, Juan.
Sorry, wrong number.
Carry on with the charges.
That's all.
Well, what about Mr. Brown?
Oh, I'm not charged with anything.
And what are you doing in the dock?
I've come here to speak on their behalf.
He's our mouthpiece.
Sure. He's going to spring us. You see, Miss Courtney...
Stop. You must come down onto the floor of the court if you wish to address the bench.
Oh, right. You see, Miss Courtney, there are...
Stop. I am not Miss Courtney.
Funny, she looked like Miss Courtney.
You will kindly address me as Your Honour.
Sorry, Miss Courtney. Your Honour. But there are mitigating circumstances, and I'm sure that when you've heard what the students have to say, you will decide to act leniently.
Well, we'll see about that after we have heard the explanation.
Yes. Well, it all happened last Friday evening after class. As part of their homework, I decided to give the students various tasks to perform, things to do, places to visit. Suli and Tara, would you tell the court what happened in your case?
Take the stand, please. Take the book in your right hand and read what's on the card.
Yes, sir. I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Take the book in your right
No.
hand.
Are you saying that you are not going to tell the truth?
Republic of China not believe in Christian religion.
What do you believe in?
Chairman Mao.
Very well. Do you swear by Chairman Mao that the evidence you give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
In Democratic Republic of China, there's no room for lies. Truth is absolute. So say Chairman Mao.
I think we can accept that as an affirmation. Proceed.
Task Mr. Brown allocate to Talo and me is visit Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park to observe auditors.
I said you were...
Defense.
Not our fault.
You may stand down. Who's next?
Mr. Giovanni Cupello and Miss Favre.
Take the book in your right hand and read what's on the card.
Not likely. I not swear on a Protestant Bible.
We are Catholics.
I swear by the Pope.
Give him a Catholic Bible.
Okie dokie. I promise I'm gonna tell all of the truth.
Me too.
Carry on.
Your Honor, it's like this.
Mr. Brown asked us to visit television studios to see how television programs are made.
Your Honor, I rest my bag.
No, Giovanni, you've rest your case.
Okie dokie, I rest my bag and my case.
Silence! And there is far too much levity in this courtroom. We will now take a short break, and when we come back, I shall hope for a little more respect. Otherwise, the court will be cleared.
And Mrs. Ranja.
What do you swear on?
I never swear. It's against my religion.
He is being mean swear on holy book.
1,000 apologies. I'm swearing by the Guru Granth Sahib. मैं गुरु ग्रंथ साहब जी डिसों का के जो भी मैं कहूँगा सच
No, I am be swear by Almighty God. I am be swear
to tell the obsolete truth and nothing but the obsolete truth.
Carry on.
Master G is asked us for our homework to be take boat on River Thames.
And we comply.
Boat didn't sink.
It did.
Stand down.
Oh.
Who's next?
Mr. Cervantes and...
Take the book in your right hand and read what's on the card.
Por favor.
We tell the truth.
Sí, sí, sí.
I tell you what happened.
No.
Miss-
I tell.
No. I speak good, better English.
No, I speak better English than you speak better English.
Si me lo...
No, me echa la hora, tontería majada.
Tell the court what happened, Mr. Cervantes.
Sí, señora. And Mr. Brown, he tell us to go and see the wax.
Wax works.
He say, I tell, not you.
Okay.
So we go to Madame. That's all.
It's quite enough.
You may stand down.
Mr. Nadim and Miss Schmidt.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And what about you?
Oh, blimey. I'm also swearing, but by the Holy Quran. मैं कुरान शरीफ पे हाथ रख के कसम खाता हूँ कि मैं सच बोलूंगा, पूरा सच बोलूंगा, सिवाय सच के कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा. Oh, yes.
Proceed, please.
Jolly good. Teacher is tolding us to be visiting...
I am not tolding you anything, Ali.
Oh, yes, please. I was being there when you were tolding us.
There's no such word as tolding.
Teacher is right.
Thank you, Anna.
Mr. Brown told us.
The past participle of the verb to tell is told.
Mr. Brown, may I remind you that you are not here to teach English?
Yes, Miss Courtney. Sorry, Your Honor.
Carry on, Mr. Nadim.
Jolly good. Mr. Brown told us to be visiting the zoo.
We saw all the animals, and on the way out, Ali decided he wanted to ride on the elephant.
What happened to the elephant?
It went for a bath in the lake.
Unfortunately, we are still sitting on it.
You may stand down. Mr. Brown, have you anything to say before I give judgment?
Yes, Miss Courtney. Yes, Your Honour. I beg the court to show clemency in this case. These poor unfortunate people are guests in our country. They have journeyed from their native lands to our shores to learn our mother tongue. Why? Because they admire our English way of life, with its long tradition of hospitality, free speech, justice, and above all, fair play. They have committed no offence in their eyes. They were merely carrying out their duties as they saw them. I mean, one only has to look at them to see that they are not criminals. I'm sure the court will find them innocent. If anyone is guilty, it is I.
Thank you, Petrocelli. Well, having regard to your impassioned plea for mercy, the court tends to agree with your remarks. The accused are more misguided than mischievous. Therefore, the court finds the defendants not guilty. However, the court agrees with Mr. Brown that if anyone is guilty, he is. To have sent out these poor, unfortunate students on such foolhardy errands is highly irresponsible. It is a pity that the court cannot punish you. But be warned, Mr. Brown. If you ever come before this bench again, for whatever reason, you will be severely dealt with. The court will adjourn.
The case is rather unusual, madam. The accused, though acting individually, did in fact commit the offences collectively.
I see. What are the charges?
Miss Chung Soo Lee and Mr. Taro Nagazumi inciting a riot.
I demand diplomatic immunity.
Silence. Carry on.
Mr. Giovanni Cupello and Miss Danielle Favre disturbing the peace. Mr. Ranjit Singh and Mrs. Jamila Ranjaf causing an affray.
Please, I'm not understanding what he's meaning.
And I am no be understand also, Master Ji.
But he's reading out the charges.
You mean we are having to pay for being here?
More than likely.
Will you please be quiet?
Sorry.
Mr. Ali Nadim and Miss Anna